What is up, everyone? What's up? All right, so today we're going to be talking about Big Brother Canada 4, Episode 10, Veto Competition, Veto Ceremony, Ramsey finally making himself useful. This is Reality Room Podcast, Episode 7.
I don't know why you brought up Ramsey. Ramsey didn't really do anything this episode, but whatever.
JK.
All right, so let's jump right into the episode. So if you guys remember from last time, we just had the nominations be put up, right, Chris?
Yes.
And the nominations were...
just kidding. Kelsey and Royal.
Yeah, that's right. So Joel just nominated both Kelsey and Rayul, put them both on the block. The reasoning he said was because he wants to break apart that alliance up that Jared, Kelsey, and Rayul are both in. So obviously they weren't too happy about this. And Chris, what do you think their initial reaction was?
Well, Kelsey being herself, she's really pissed off. She thought she had this game figured out, but she really didn't. Joel wants to break the three-headed monster up. I'm good for Joel.
Right.
Seriously, good for Joel.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like this is just like I keep bringing back old seasons from BBUS, but it reminds me of Big Brother 17 when Steve is trying to break up this three-headed monster, Austin, Liz, and Julie, when they put him on the block the right time. And I feel like Joel's trying to reciprocate that when the Big Brother Canada house, and good for him.
Exactly. And the only difference is Joel is doing this way earlier than Steve
I know.
ever did. So let's talk a little bit about how they reacted and what they thought about it. So judging from both their diary room sessions and from their conversations initially after being put up, they seem to think that Levita is solely responsible for them being on the block. Where you was like, oh, it's all Levita. It's like sort of like Levita, and I was like, well, no. So, because what do you think about them pinning it on your girl Levita?
Leave her alone. Leave Levita alone.
Do you think
please,
do you think that's going to get her in trouble later? If
God
they
no,
win?
she's making it far.
Well, what if one of them win? What if one of them win HOH next week?
Which one are we talking about? Real, Kelsey, or Jared? If one of them wins it, they're not going to put up Levita.
They're not?
Nope.
Why not? Are you sure?
Well, if they do, we have a fake double eviction going up, and Levita's just going to come right back into the house, and she's going to fuck things up.
All right. Well, I tend to disagree with Chris on this one. I do think that they think Levita is responsible, and they will go after her.
But let me ask you a question. Let's say Jared or Real, they win HOH, they take Levita out. They just pretty much wasted their HOH because now they're still a twosome.
Right.
Like, how does that happen? It's a chess move. Like,
Right.
they have to maneuver their way somehow.
All right, so back to the episode on hand. So we're going to talk about some game moves that Mitch is now kind of hashing out. So after the nomination ceremony, Mitch goes and talks to all four of them, and he blames it on Levita too. But this isn't because he believes that Levita was responsible. He said he's doing this as like a plan.
Yeah.
So he's trying to let it all go on Levita because he's closer to Joel. He doesn't want them to think that Mitch had anything to do with this HOH, any of these HOH nominations, and to kind of get the blood off Joel maybe a little bit as well. And his goal is to get Kelsey out of the house because he sees Kelsey as the glue that sticks the three of them together. He says that without Kelsey there, Jared and Rayul wouldn't be so close. And he says that if Kelsey's gone, he wants to replace Kelsey and become that glue to have the three of them together later on in this game. What do you think about Mitch's plan?
Mitch is a very smart player. I got him right. He's pretty good. I hope it would be very interesting if Mitch, if someone finds out about Mitch's game and they just backdoor him out of nowhere. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know. Do you think people are finding out about Mitch's gameplay, or have people been saying on the live feeds that Mitch is, kind of like playing both sides of the house, or is he still stuck in the middle?
Well, I think that people kind of see Mitch edging that way. I don't think they know his true motives, trying to be literally the new alliance member in their group. But people are kind of see that he's edging towards Jared's side.
That makes sense.
But it's not like they don't really see it too much as a threat. But anyway, so regarding that, after that, Jared approaches Levita.
God.
And oh boy. So there's a little tension building here, and Jared basically calls Levita out, saying, "I know you're responsible. How can you manipulate poor Joel? It's not nice. You're an awful person." I'm like, holy shit.
Oh my God, Jared, shut the fuck up.
I mean, what do you think about the things that he said?
Jared, Levita kept you safe.
Yeah.
Levita literally went up to you and made a deal about, I'm not going to put you both on the block. just, we got to work together till jury. And they're just like, why don't we just throw her on the bus anyways, because fuck it. Like, that's what we do. Like, Jared needs to cool down a little bit. Your girlfriend's going home now, Jared. No offense, but now Kelsey's going to go home.
Or Raul, but,
Most likely Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Yeah, but I think he just needs to calm down a little bit and stop, arguing with Levita. It's annoying after a while. It's like the Aaron and Alyssa from Big Brother 15.
Exactly. So
unless this is part of their plan where they want to, let's pretend that we hate each other and then... I mean, if they're smart, that's what they would do. But
that would be smart. So Levita, after hearing about this, she goes crying to Joel and being like, "Yo, why are they thinking about this? Like, this isn't right." And Joel's like, "Okay, I'm gonna set everything straight." So he literally walks into the bathroom where all three of them are. He says, "Listen, I am responsible for this move. This is my game move. One of you three leaving is best for my game." And they're all like, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever, Joel." I mean, do these people not understand that Joel is more of a manipulator than fucking Levita is right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
So these people just don't seem to understand where the game is right now, because it's really people in the middle that are ruling, and Levita's kind of
Levita's just kind of there right now, she's trying to stay under the radar after the 3 weeks of hell she's been through.
Right, Levita is old news until her next HOH, then, basically. But according to Kelsey's group, nope, going right after her because they think she's involved in everything. All right, so let's talk about
veto competition.
Let's talk about picking players for the veto first.
So it's between Joel, Kelsey, and Raul. I'm not sure who picked what, but Jared and Ramsey and Dallas are all competing in the veto competition.
Right. So
and Cassandra is hosting.
Yes. So Joel picks first. He picks Dallas. Mm-hmm. And then Kelsey picks
Jared.
No.
Ramsey.
Kelsey picks Ramsey, and Raul, the last bastion of hope, picks Jared. Okay, so they pick the players, and Joel decides, Cassandra, because, I think to host, because I think he has a little crush on her. What do you think about Joel and Cassandra? Do you think Joel kind of has a crush on her? What do you think?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I think they're really good friends. I don't think Joel really has a crush on Cassandra at all.
I disagree. I think he might have a teeny weeny crush on her.
Teeny weeny little bit. I don't know.
I mean, he did say to the horse thing or whatever that if there was a girl he would ask out, it would be her. That one.
Well, there's really not that many girls left. They're getting picked off, Paul.
Well,
this is good. Tonight's gonna be the 4th girl that goes home.
Well,
maybe.
That's fair. Okay, so anyway, let's get to the competition itself. So the competition, so let's see how to best describe it. So you had to ride this horse thing or whatever. Everyone was in cowboy garb, and Cassandra had this weird ass voice that everyone was making fun of on Twitter. It's like, oh my god, why is Cassandra trying to do a southern voice? And I'm like, I don't know.
That's kind of what you have to do when you're a host.
To be honest, I didn't even pay attention to it at all. So they had to ride this horse thing or whatever, and they had to pull a rope and pull them out. And what they had to do was collect 5 cards and make a poker hand out of it. So it's not just 5, but they can collect X amount of cards, but make a poker hand of 5 cards out of it. And whoever had the best hand, if you guys know poker, you have pairs, you have 3 of a kind, you have straights, flushes, full houses, 4 of a kind, etc.
Yes.
High cards, all that good stuff. So, but the caveat was that there were these things called wild cards.
No, talk about the wild cards. I'm curious.
Well, you tell me about the wild cards, Chris.
The wild cards are actually very interesting. So we have 3 wild cards that were being displayed. One of them was...
Well, they didn't tell them what they were, but basically they just had a punishment.
Right? All right, so Dallas got a cactus suit.
Yes.
Yeah, he has to wear for a week.
Yes.
Raul got 1,000 lassos, and Jared could have used a wild card to save Kelsey. Well, that would have made him win the veto competition.
He could have used the wild card to the wild card would have made it so he couldn't play in the next HOH.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, they all get their cards or whatever. They all look like they're doing a good time. Kelsey can't get jack for some reason, so she just ends up getting one of the reward cards for $1,000, and she's like, "Screw this! I can't find any good cards, so there's no point in me trying anymore." Because she tried to the last minute, and she couldn't find any good cards. Everyone else had full houses and stuff, so it's pretty good. So they showed everyone's cards, and let's see. From what I remember, Jared had a full house. Ramsey had a flush. What else? Ramsey had a full house. Raul had a better full house than Jared did.
What Dallas get?
Well, I'll save Dallas for last. But Kelsey had like a pair. So, it is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, she tried. I think Joel also had a full house. Maybe a 3 of a kind. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was a full house. I'm pretty sure most of the players had full houses. And then to top it off, Dallas has 4 of a kind.
Wow.
Okay, so he had 3 6s and a wild card with the cactus thing, like Chris just mentioned.
Yeah.
So he had 4 6s. Shit. But to make something very important here, during the competition, Jared was contemplating whether or not he wanted to use the wild card to get to win the competition. So what do you think about Jared's move not to use the wild card? Because he had 3 7s. And if he used that wild card, he would have had 4 7s and won the veto. Do you think he made the right decision?
Yes, I think he did. Well, if Kelsey goes home on Thursday, she'd probably be really pissed off because, like, wow, she could, Jared could have saved me in the game. But it's a lot better for Kelsey to go because now the duo is kind of like, the trio, I guess, is kind of like split. And Jared's not going to make himself as much of a threat as people think that he is because he's not seen as a threesome anymore. He's just seen as like an individual player. So I think him not using it and not winning the veto competition is good because, I mean, let's blow in his hands.
Yeah, I agree completely. Having Kelsey leave is probably... Jared wasn't thinking about this when he was obviously contemplating everything, but having Kelsey leave, if she leaves, we don't know the results of everything yet, but having Kelsey leave would probably be the best thing for Jared's game right now. Yeah. He would be an individual player. People will come up to him because everyone in the house seems to want, except for Dallas, who's still going to go after him no matter what, but everyone in the house seems to want to work with Jared. They think that he's more workable than Kelsey and Raul are.
That's
personally.
reasonable.
And they see him as someone who's willing to broker deals, and they just see him as a rational player. Although he could have won the veto competition. He could have kept himself and his girl safe, but
All right, so let's talk about the ending of the episode, which is the veto meeting.
Yes, so Dallas won the veto, everyone, in case you couldn't tell from the 4 of a kind. So, woo, go Dallas. And he also wears the cactus uniform, which is a little
fucking
funny.
Thing is huge.
It's a little funny tidbit. They had him like walking around with it, like giving people like hugs. People had to like feed him everything. So let's talk about right before the veto meeting, at least as they showed in the episode.
Yeah.
Kelsey walks up to Dallas and she's like, "Yo, Dallas, you using the veto?" And I'm like, "Holy shit!" She just fucking flat out said it. And I'm like, "Wow."
Oh my God, Kelsey.
Okay, I'm usually hating on Kelsey, but wow, I mean, good for her. What do you think about Kelsey just walking right up to him and asking? Do you think that's... You think she was just maybe frustrated? Do you think she just wanted to know?
Pissed off. She's like, fuck it. Why not just like try to,
Yeah, just see where his head's at, basically, right? So,
I don't know why she would have done that. She could have just made a deal with him instead.
Yeah,
been smart.
That's
Kelsey,
fair.
you're all over the place. I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So
whatever. It's good TV, I guess.
It is good TV, and I completely agree with that. So Dallas ends up saying, "No, listen, I'm not going to use it. At least not on you." And he's like, "You have to start campaigning because you've been dealt a bad hand, and one of you two are going to go this week." Yeah. Basically. So Dallas was being a little mature about it, although in his diary room sessions he's always like, "Yeah, fuck it, yeah, whatever." Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so Kelsey's reaction in the diary room is, "Wow, it just hit me that I might actually go this week." And I'm like,
duh.
You could have went. Oh my God, I just can't with Kelsey.
Yeah, I can't wait till she leaves.
Her diary room sessions are good because they're funny because they're dumb.
Like she can't see like what the hell's going on in the house.
She has such a one-sided focus,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess she was thinking about winning the veto, but after Dallas won the veto, she should have known there was no chance of her staying, at least her and Jared staying together. All right, so let's go to the veto meeting. Dallas ends up not using the power of veto, although they had a little strange tidbit beforehand where they wanted to throw Tim up there as
Yeah, Joel said if the veto was used, he was going to probably put up Tim as a pawn.
Yeah, Tim said himself, he was in the bathtub, and people were like, and he was like, yeah, I really want to be a pawn. And I'm like, I hate you, Tim. I hate you so much.
Tim, why?
Like, why do you do this?
Why do you do things?
He's like, yeah, if I went up as a pawn, there's no way I'd go home. I'm like, no, pawns go home.
Pawns do go home, guys.
Although, if he keeps acting like this, if he keeps acting like that, I almost kind of want him to go home.
Yeah.
But,
that'd be
whatever.
interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting. So Dallas doesn't use it, and they're both, they realize they have to go up against their best friend.
All right, so I guess that covers the episode, right, Paul?
Yeah,
so next episode, guys, we have a fake double eviction episode. It's gonna be very interesting. Yeah. There's gonna be another player going home. Not really. So pretty much what's gonna happen tomorrow? Kelsey's gonna get evicted.
Yeah.
Kelsey's gonna get evicted.
So I guess those are your predictions.
Yeah, well, I guess we just do predictions. So what's gonna happen is
live feed stuff.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah. So what happens is Kelsey's gonna get evicted. And Jared's going to win HOH and put up Levita and Dallas, and Levita's going to go home, and then she's going to come right back.
Well, yeah, it's a possible. So that's your prediction?
That's my prediction.
Okay, so I think... I don't know who's going to win HOH, but for some reason I think the brothers are going to be sent out.
Yeah? That'd be... Oh my god, that'd be interesting.
Either that, or I think maybe someone will take a jab at...
Tim?
If Maddie or Mitch win, I think they'll take a jab at Tim.
Maddie.
So let's talk a little. So because I said that, let's talk a little bit about what happens in the live feeds.
Live feed and spoilers.
Right. So these are spoilers, guys. If you don't watch live feeds, don't whatever.
Turn
just
off.
stop. Just stop. Now.
Stop it.
So I only have two little tidbits of information because it's only been a day or two since we last shot our last episode. But essentially, Maddie and Mitch are both seeing through Tim's bullshit.
Yeah, Maddie and Mitch?
Yeah.
Really?
Both seeing through it. Yeah, they said Maddie's basically like, listen, I would love nothing more than to send Tim out the door. He's a huge liar. He tries to get everyone to like him, and he knows that if anyone's up against him, he's not going home.
Yeah.
Because he's such a likable person. So he tries to build relationships with everyone, very legitimate, relationships. And Maddie thinks that Tim thinks, which is true, that if he has those relationships, he'll be fine throughout the game. And personally, I agree with Maddie on this, and Mitch as well, because Mitch sees through it as well. He was trying to talk to Raul about it the other day.
I would honestly, now we a couple of weeks into this, we kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting. Now we're getting to the point now, like in Big Brother 16, like you want certain people to go home. I would love to see, and just in the game perspective, I would like to see Mitch and Tim leave.
I would like
because that is a big move. That and those three, Mitch, Tim, the brothers, done.
Right, because everyone sees like a Dallas going home or a Jared.
It's just so obvious.
Or Levita, but if someone was to take a crack at people that we think are going to last long term, like Mitch and Tim,
they gotta get the brothers out before jury. I'm just telling you now.
They really do.
That double social game is just gonna fuck everyone else up.
All right, so one last little tidbit of information. It seems like Kelsey doesn't want to stay in the house. It seems like she hasn't been campaigning. I don't remember where I saw this, but I think she said to someone.
She told Jared she wants to go home.
Right, she told Jared she wants to go home. She told him to vote her out. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're right. So Chris told me about.
We might get a unanimous vote for once.
Yeah.
And Levita's voting for the first time.
Woo!
Yeah.
And Cassandra even asked her earlier tonight. She said, "Are you going to sit here all night, Kelsey, or are you going to start campaigning?" And Kelsey's like, "No, I'm going to chill out." So it looks like she's really has given up.
Yeah.
Until maybe things have switched before.
Yeah. Last minute, but I would rather see Kelsey go.
Yeah. So that's all I have for live feed updates. Sorry, not a lot has been going on these past couple of days.
I guess I have a couple of news and reality room news, guys. A couple of things that are going on. Well, not really too many things. Big Brother 18 casting calls are still going on, and Sequester is now down to 6 people. Game's gonna get interesting. I think it's gonna end by next week. If you guys are interested in gameplay or whatever, you guys can go watch that on Sequester. Mm-hmm. We'll post it down on the link in the bottom of it.
Links below, everyone.
Links below, guys. And I believe Big Brother US has been announced at the end of June.
Yeah,
it'll be
June, yeah.
So we got like 90-something days, I believe.
Yeah, just about 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months, and Big Brother US is gonna be back on, guys. Can't wait to see what's gonna go on there. It's gonna be interesting. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching Reality Room Podcast. This is episode 7. We've been covering Big Brother Canada 4, episode 10, and tomorrow and live feeds and some spoilers. And tomorrow is the fake double eviction.
Yes.
I love those double evictions. Ooh.
Some people are saying there's a real one too. There's a fake one and then a real one. So I'm really excited.
I'm very excited. Oh God.
One thing I do hope though before we end this episode is I hope whoever wins the fake HOH is safe in the real.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that would be very unfair.
That's not fair. No.
Do you agree with that?
Yes. I agree 100%.
I completely think.
Just like the whole Britney thing, remember?
Yeah.
From Big Brother Can 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And Britney just like had the coup d'etat.
I hate production, guys. I just hate them. All right, so guys, this has been Reality Room Podcast with Paul and Chris. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.
Later, Gator.
Gator.
Ah.